And here we are. We are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Benny and Booth Podcast. Just getting everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Hope everyone's day's going well, week's going well, weekend well. I did have class on Zoom this week. That's why I was able to do it live this week. I have class in basically about an hour, so I have an hour to do this episode. Hopefully, I get it done fully before class starts. I guess first comes first, I can pop in on my phone. Hopefully, I won't have to. But if I have class on Zoom, it'll either be around now for Wednesdays or it'll be after class. So we'll have to see what happens. But for now, that's that's the story for this week. All right. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's the podcast. Thank you so much for all support to this point. Very much to appreciate it. Let's dive right into it. So today's Immaculate Grid: Astros 10+ win season and first round draft pick. Pirates Marlins and 6+ war season. I'm gonna struggle with first round draft picks. Pirates and Astros. I know Doug Drabeck fits there. Who else fits? Oh, 1%. I'm surprised that I even Astros Marlins. Um, mm, Astros Marlins. Oh, Pudge. Also surprised that's that high. I mean, because he's not known as an Astro. 6+ war season with the Astros. Any chance Lance Berkman would have done it? Yes, 6%. Okay. Pirates 10+ win season. I could go. Imagine Cole fits it. I don't know if Skeens would fit just because of the losing seasons. Imagine Doug Drabeck probably fits, right? 12%. Fair enough. Marlins 10+ win season. Outlier probably fits. Burnett probably fits. Sandy, I imagine might not fit. Josh Johnson fit. So I'm not mixing up my Josh. Since I am not, and he does 3%, I will take that. 10+ war season with 6+ war season with 10+ win season. I imagine Jake Arrieta for sure fits that for Cy Young season. He does 2%. I'll take that. Okay. First round draft picks. I don't really pay attention much to draft. Someone that does come to mind for Pirates that probably won't be a high answer is Henry Davis. Surprised even that high, honestly, because he's not had a notable major league career. Marlins first round draft pick. I have no idea. And then first round draft pick with 6+ war season. Uh, uh, like I can name more people that went to University of Florida for baseball than I can name people that were first round draft pick of the Marlins, and that's why I like freaking Pete Alonso. Or I could even name someone Florida State over Miami Marlins first round draft pick. Well, then again, I only learned that recently. I hate when the draft picks are on these grids because they're like the ones it's the slot I always struggle with. Oh, Lord. No, there's no way. I doubt it. Yeah, no. That. Oh, never mind. He actually was a Rookie of the Year winner. Chris Coughlin, and also short-time Cub. 1%, I will take that. I doubt it, but I'm just honestly fishing for, and might not have even been drafted. Yeah, man, he wasn't even a draft pick. Eric Lee. What round were you? He was a first round draft pick. I imagine he for sure had a 6-4 season, especially. Yeah. I'm going to go Derek Lee. 0.6%, I will take that. So full correct answers for each spot, or top correct answers for each spot. Astros Pirates is 46% is Garrett Cole, not surprised. Pirates 10 plus win season pitching at 14% is Paul Skeens. I guess he did get to that number at some point. Pirates first round draft pick at 32% is also Paul Skeens. That makes sense. Marlins Astros at 21% is Moises Alou. I did not even know. Oh no, I didn't know he played for Houston because he played 97 with the Marlins, 98 with the Astros, and was part of Gary Wood's 20 strikeout game. Right. Marlins 10 plus wins season pitching at 22% Sandy Alcantara. Marlins first round draft pick at 26% is Christian Yelich. 6 plus 4 season for the Astros, 26% is Jose Altuve. 6 plus 4 season and 10 plus win season pitching at 6% is Justin Verlander, and 6 plus 4 season and first round draft pick at 14% is Bryce Harper. It's a good thing I did not go Bryce Harper because he is the top answer. Snap for daily and walk off. The categories will pretty much be the same, just players are going to be different and the teams will be different. I'm doing Cubs and Pirate and Rays today. Categories are 499 plus strikeouts pitching for the Cubs through 2024, 2010's top 9s in saves, franchise's top 5 appearances right field through 2024, and 2000's decade top 9 in hits. Player options: Mac Flack, Aroldis Chapman, Michael Barrett, Andre Dawson, Bill Nicholson, Ramos Ramirez, Frank Castillo, Derek Lee, Johnny Schmidt, Bill Bonham, Steve Cishek, Kevin Gregg. So Chapman, Cishek, I'm going to say Gregg for now. Dawson, Lee, Ramirez, and Barrett. Honestly, let's submit this and see how this goes. Okay, actually got a lot more correct than I thought it would be. Just flip those 4 now, fully correct. So walk up double. Full correct answers for the Cubs. Just one moment. 499 plus strikeouts pitching for the Cubs. Bill Bonham, Johnny Schmitz, Frank Castillo. 2010's top 9 saves. Aroldis Chapman, Steve Cishek, Kevin Gregg. Franchise top 5 appearances at right field through 2024. Andre Dawson, Max Flack, and Bill Nicholson. 2000's decade top 9 in hits, Derek Lee, Michael Barrett, and Aramis Ramirez. And the Rays, in one moment. Same categories, just different players. Deanna Navarro, Josh Lowe, Julio Lugo, Ben Zobrist, Gabe Rose, James Shields, Tyler Glasnow, Jake McGee, Scott Kazmir, Kyle Farnsworth, Fernando Rodney, Rocco Baldelli. So Rodney, Farnsworth, and McGee, I imagine, are going to be saves. 2000 hits, I'm going to say, would be Zobrist, Baldelli, and Lugo. Honestly, let's submit. I might be more incorrect than I think, but let's at least submit this and see where this gets me. Okay, mostly correct. Actually, almost fully correct. Just had to flip Navarro and Zobrist and another walk-off double. So now I'm fully correct. So the full correct answers for the Rays: 499 plus strikeouts pitching for the Rays. Tyler Glasnow, James Shields, Scott Kazmir. 2010's top 9 saves: Fernando Rodney, Kyle Farnsworth, Jake McGee. Franchise top 5 appearances at right field. 2024. Ben Zobrist, Josh Lowe, Gabe Rose, and then 2000's decade top 9 hits: Julio Lugo, Deanna Navarro, and Rocco Baldelli. Now we can dive into this week's episode of the podcast. We're going to start with college football. A few notes from this week. We had a few upsets and a look towards the key games to look out for next week. I do want to recheck over those to see if I missed any of because I don't think it factored the rankings. Georgia, Tennessee, that still is. Yeah. Okay, no, so I think it did factor. Okay. College football recap. We had 4 upsets and then one crazy game. We'll start with the upsets first. Mississippi State beat number 12 Arizona State 24-20. USF another upset win. This time beating number 13 Florida 18-16. Number 15 Michigan being upset by number 18 Oklahoma 24-13 as Bryce Underwood fell back down to earth this past game. And Baylor beat number 17 SMU in double overtime 48-45. And the big scoring note for this week, Oregon whooped Oklahoma State 69-3. It's the largest win by a team against a non-conference opponent from a power conference. It's Ohio State's 72-0 win over Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh, not Penn State or Pittsburgh Steelers, on September 21st, 1996. And then as for the key games to look out for this week, and then I'll also go over the games matchups for ranked teams this week. But team ranked versus ranked this week. Georgia at number 6, Georgia visiting number 15, Tennessee, 3:30 on ABC. Number 18, USF visiting number 5, Miami, 4:30 on the CW network. And number 16, Texas A&M visiting number 8, Notre Dame, 7:30 on NBC/Peacock. And other ranked matchups this week, number 22, Indiana hosting Indiana State on Friday. All the other games being on Saturday. Number 4, Oregon at Northwestern. 12, Clemson at Georgia Tech. 13, Oklahoma at Temple. Wisconsin going to 19, Alabama. Michigan hosting Central Michigan. Auburn hosting South Alabama. Penn State hosting Villanova, and so on and so forth. Honestly, I shouldn't really have to go over those. NFL Week 1 recap. What a messy week 1 was. I don't even have, I'm just shook with the Browns mess. It was just crazy to watch. And it's like they had opportunities handed to them on a silver platter to win the game, and they blew it. Also, the week 1 game, the opening night game was a mess. I mean, at the Dak Prescott, the whole spitting between Jalen Carter and Dak Prescott, and then you have the whole injury to start the game. It was just a mess. And also, I will say, as much as spitting in a guy's face is wrong or spitting at a guy is wrong, especially since Dak supposedly spat before, I don't know if I would have ejected Jalen Carter. I could definitely hear the penalty, okay, fair, touche, fair enough, I understand that. But to check the guy, I don't know about that. I mean, the Eagles ended up winning games. It didn't really matter much in the hindsight, but it was just I don't know if I would have ejected him, if you ask me. But definitely worthy of the penalty. I will not deny that. Anyways, let's dive into notes. Commanders beat the Giants 21-6, which marks 3 straight seasons of season openers without a touchdown for the New York Giants. Last team to do so was the Detroit Lions from 1940 to 1942. Bills beat the Ravens 41-40. Bills are the first team in NFL history to be down by 15 plus points with under 4 minutes left and win in regulation. Josh Allen is also the first player in NFL history to have 250 plus passing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns in any single quarter for any single game. He did it in the fourth quarter to bring his team back from a 15-point deficit. Zero note that was through Sunday because Monday ended on a pick 6. 64 touchdowns from Thursday to Sunday, which, by the way, the Chargers won the Brazil game. And with those 64 touchdowns, they were either rushing or receiving touchdowns, meaning the first week with 14 plus games that didn't have any defensive or special teams touchdowns through that point, and ended up ending the next day because James McCarthy threw pick 6. But up until that there wasn't any defensive or special team touchdowns prior to that. And then as for the Vikings game, they won 27-24 over the Bears. J.J. McCarthy is the first player in NFL history to have two 10-plus yards for passing and a 10-plus yard rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter of any game in NFL history. And that's it for the notes part of NFL Week 1 recap. Standings update. In the AFC East, the Bills in first place at 1-0, followed by everyone else at 0-1. In the AFC North, the Bengals and Steelers are both 1-0, while the Ravens and Browns are both 0-1. The Colts and Jaguars both at 1-0 in first place in the AFC South, while the Titans and Texans are both 0-1. The Chargers and Broncos and Raiders all 1-0, while the Chiefs are 0-1 in the AFC West. As for the NFC and the NFC East, the Eagles and Commanders both 1-0, while the Cowboys and Giants are 0-1. Packers and Vikings both 0-0, while the Bears and Lions are both 0-1 in the NFC North. Buccaneers, the only 1-0 team in the NFC South, everyone else 0-1. And in the NFC West, the 49ers, Cardinals, Rams are all 1-0, while the Seahawks are 0-1. As for my Week 2 predictions, Thursday Night Football, Commanders at Packers, 8:15 on Amazon Prime Video. I have the Packers. Browns and Ravens, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Ravens. Jaguars and Bengals, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Bengals. Giants at Cowboys, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Cowboys. Bears at Lions, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Lions. Rams at Titans, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Rams. Patriots at Dolphins, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Dolphins. So honestly, this could be a choppy game. 49ers at Saints, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the 49ers. Bills at Jets, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Bills. Seahawks at Steelers, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Steelers. Colts, Broncos at the Colts, 4:05 on CBS. I have the Broncos. Panthers at Cardinals, 4:05 on CBS. I have the Cardinals. Eagles at Chiefs, rematch of the Super Bowl, 4:25 on Fox. I have the Eagles. Sunday Night Football, Falcons at the Vikings, 8:20 on NBC. I have the Vikings. And then Monday Night Football, 2 games, not 1, but 2 games. Buccaneers at Texans, 7 p.m. on ABC/ESPN. I have the Buccaneers. And Chargers at the Raiders, 10 p.m. on ESPN. I have the Chargers. Also, with the Bengals win, it was their first Week 1 win since 2021, the year where they ended up going to the Super Bowl and losing. Also, from this, at some point in this week, Jose Ramirez moved up to second on the all-time RBI list in Cleveland history, still a good amount behind the leader, Earl Averill's 1084, while he is at 938, passing Jim Thome's 937. I forgot to include that in the notes. I have that on my phone. No. Oof. All right. And then to MLB Weekly Recap. Hold on. I'm going Anyways, so from September 1st, the Mets beat the Tigers 10-8. Juan Soto's go-ahead grand slam homer in the fourth, and 2 walks in his 116th game with at least a homer and a walk, which is most before turning 27. Also, 6 RBIs ties his career high from September 17th, 2023. Red Sox beat the Guardians 6-4. Trevor Story solo run in the 6th went 306 feet, which is the second shortest over-the-wall homer since 2015, behind July 29th, 2017, Lorenzo Cain's 302 feet, and passing September 18th, 2019, Stephen Vogt, 307 feet, and June 4th of this year, Ceddanne Raphael's 308 feet. Giants beat the Rockies 8-2. Rafael Delver's solo homer on the first marks 15 straight games of the home games for San Francisco Giants, having a homer, which is tied for second long streak in San Francisco Giants history since they moved back in 1958. behind 1962 and 63, 16, and tied with 2001. That's it for September 1st. For September 2nd, Mets beat the Tigers 12-5. Juan Soto's home run. The seventh, one walk and one stolen base, marks 114 walks this season, which is second most in Mets history, behind 1999 John Olerud's 125, and ahead of 1998 John Olerud, 1987 Darryl Strawberry, and 1984 Keith Hernandez in 97. Also marks 5+ homers and 5+ walks and 4+ stolen bases in 5 games span, making him the third player to do so, joining 1975 Mike Schmidt and 1922 Max Carey. Also has 5+ homers, 12+ RBI, and 4+ stolen bases in 5+ game span, making him the fourth player to do so since 1920, joining 2024 Shohei Ohtani, I want to say that is, but I might be wrong. 1987 Eric Davis and 1958 Billy Mays. Pirates beat the Dodgers 9-7. Joey Ohtani solo home run in the third, marks his 100th homer with the Dodgers in 294 games, which is third fewest games to 100 homers with the team, behind Martin McGwire of the Cardinals 230, Babe Ruth with the Yankees 250, and more than A-Rod with the Rangers 295, and Roger Maris with the Yankees 297. Also tied for third most in the first 2 seasons with the franchise, behind 1920-21 Babe Ruth Yankees to 113, and 2001-2002 A-Rod with the Rangers to 109, and tied with 1960-61 Roger Maris with the Yankees. Also, his 46 homers this season is tied with 2021 for most homers in a season with multiple pitching starts for most of MLB history. Also marks his 42nd home run out of the leadoff spot this season, and the most in a season in MLB history, passing 2023 Ronald Acuña Jr.'s 41. Rays beat the Mariners 6-5. Junior Caminero solo home run in the sixes is 40th this season at 22 years and 85 days old, making him the fourth youngest player with a 40+ homer season. Older than 1929 Mel Ott, 20 years, 218 days old, 42 homers. 2019 Ronald Acuña Jr., 21 years, 285 days old, 41 homers. And 1953 Eddie Matthews, 21 years, 349 days old, 47 homers. Giants beat the Rockies 7-4. Rafael Devers 2-run homer in the first, marked 16 straight games with a homer for the Giants, not only behind 1947-19 for most consecutive games in New York's and San Francisco Giants history, and tied with 1963, 62, and 47. That is it for September 2nd. For September 3rd, Nationals beat the Marlins 10-5. Nelson Nunez 2-homer game mark makes him the 6th National since Montreal Expo to his first 2 career homers in the same game, joining July 12th, 2020, July 12th this year, Brady House, June 13th, 2012, Tyler Moore, May 12th, 2010, Roger Bernardino, August 20th, 2006, Brandon Harper, and August 2nd, 1991, Brett Barbery. Orioles beat the Padres 7-5. Mason Miller's immaculate inning in the 8th inning for San Diego, all only throwing slider, is the third immaculate inning with all the same pitch type since 2008, joining June 15th, 2022, Phil Maton's four-seam fastball, and August 30th, 2019, Josh Hader's sinker. It's also the first of 63 immaculate innings to not feature a fastball. Giants beat the Rockies 10-8, which Matt Chapman's home run in the second marks 17 straight games with the homer pass, which passes 1963 and 62 for the longest in San Francisco Giants history, and now second longest behind 1947's 19 for longest in full franchise history. That is it for September 3rd. For September 4th, Pirates beat the Dodgers 5-3. Paul Skeens 1.978 career ERA in the first 52 career starts is the lowest ERA in a pitcher's first 52 career starts since 1920. White Sox beat the Twins 11-8, marks 5 straight wins for the White Sox, all while trailing at some point in. It's the first time the White Sox have won 5 or more in a row with all in comeback fashion since May 14th, 1986. That's it for September 4th. For September 5th, the White Sox beat the Tigers 7-5, marks 5 straight comeback wins for the White Sox. First time they have done so since May 14th to 18th, 1986. Cole Montgomery, I think that was just a repeat of the same exact stat. Yeah. Well, Cole Montgomery threw a homer in the 7th, makes him the 4th player in White Sox history with 2 hit 18+ homers over a 37 game span, joining 2008 7-8 Jim Thome, 2000-2003 Frank Thomas, and 1998 Albert Bell. Orioles beat the Dodgers 2-1. Samuel Basal's walk-off solo home run in the ninth at 21 years and 223 days old makes him the youngest player of the walk-off homer since Jurickson Profar on September 26, 2013 with the Texas Rangers at 20 years, 218 days old. Also, the youngest in St. Louis Browns / Baltimore Orioles history, passing July 27, 1982, Cal Ripken Jr., 21 years and 337 days old. Ooh. That's it for September 5th. For September 6th, Tigers beat the White Sox 6-0. Drake Skubal 7 innings pitched marks 12 scoreless starts of at least 6 innings this season, tying him with 2014 Adam Wainwright for most of the season since 1969, and for second most since 1920 behind 1968 Bob Gibson and 1964 Dean Chance. Orioles beat the Dodgers 4-3. Jackson Holliday solo run in the ninth, 1 out away, 2 strikes away from a no-hitter for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Makes him the 8th player in MLB history on record to break a no-hit bid via a homer with 2 outs in the ninth, joining August 6, 2024 Corey Seager, May 11th, 2024 JD Martinez, September 27th, 1998 Bobby Higginson, April 20th, 1990 Ken Phillips, perfect game bid, May 12th, 1984 George Hendrick, September 26, 1978, Gary Alexander, and July 2nd, 1975, George Scott. Also makes him the 4th Orioles since 1961 to break up a no-hitter bid of 8 2/3 or more. First of those by Davey Johnson on June 7, 1968, who passed away that day. Manuel Rivera's walk-off two-run single in the ninth makes the Orioles the 9th team to win after being no-hit 8 2/3 innings or more since 1961, joining September 10th, 2023 Yankees over the Brewers, August 23rd, 2017 Pirates over the Dodgers, July 9th, 2011 Dodgers over the Padres, June 16th, 1997 Braves over the Cardinals, July 26th, 1991 Dodgers over the Montreal Expos / Washington Nationals, September 24th, 1975, Cubs over the Mets, September 13th, 1969, Braves over Astros, and June 14th, 1965, Mets over the Reds. Also, the only team to break no-hitter and win when down the final out since 1961. Sorry about that. Mariners beat the Angels 10-2. J-Rod's 2-homer game marks 110 homers for his career, making him the 3rd player in MLB history to do with 110 plus homers and 110 plus stolen bases before turning 25, joining A-Rod and Mike Trout. A's beat the Angels 10-4. Jose Urena made his debut for the Angels in this game, making it his 5th team this season. Tied for the record with 2014 Mike Baumann, Orioles, Mariners, Giants, Angels, and Marlins, and 2018 Darren Oliver's Brewers, Guardians / Indians at the time, Blue Jays and Angels, Blue Jays and Twins. That's it for September 6th. For September 7th, Mariners beat the Braves 18-2. J-Rod stolen base marked 25 season this season for him, marking his 3rd straight season doing so, making him the 2nd player to do so before turning 25 years old, joining Darryl Strawberry. The Phoenix Flyers 2-homer game marks 45 homers this season, which is tied for 2nd most in the season, playing for multiple teams behind 1997 Mark McGwire of the A's and Cardinals 58, and tied with 2017 J.D. Martinez with the Tigers and Diamondbacks. With Cal Raleigh's 3-run homer in the ninth, his marks 53 homers this season, which is 2nd most homers for a switching or batter in a season in MLB history, passing to 1956 Mickey Mantle's 52, and only behind 1961 Mickey Mantle's 54. I'm going to stare at the standings meanwhile. Here. Dodgers beat the Orioles 5-2. Shohei Ohtani's leadoff homer on the second pitch of the game marks his 12th leadoff homer this season, which is tied for third most in MLB history behind last season's Schwarber's 15, 2003, and 2003 Alfonso Soriano's 13, and tied with 20 Mookie Betts, 2022 Jose Altuve, 2019 George Springer, 2007 Alfonso Soriano, and 96 Brady Anderson. Also, his 48th homer of the season, which is tied for third most in the season in Dodgers history behind himself last year's 54, 2001 Sean Green's 49, and tied 2004 Adrian Beltre. And two general notes. With Shohei Ohtani on Friday, Yoshinobu Yamamoto Saturday, and Tomoyuki Sugano Sunday, starting in this Orioles-Dodgers series. It's the first series in MLB history where a starting pitcher were Japan-born in each of the three games. Also, another general note, Taylor Little's 3 triples are tied for most by a player in a series of any length at Wrigley Field. Others do so: 1985 Vince Coleman with the Cardinals, 1978 Greg Rose with the Cubs, 1936 Gabby Harder the Cubs, and 1915 Troy Hit for the Chicago Whales of the Federate League, the first tenant of Wrigley Field, oddly enough. That's it for September 7th. For September 8th, Guardians beat the Royals 10-2. Slate's Cody 7 no-hit innings broken on a leadoff single by Michael Massey on the Mercs' 4th time they've had 2 no-hit bids of 7+ innings in a season since their last no-hitter on May 2015, 1981, joining 2012, 2021, 2015, and 1987. Now a streak of 7,016 games without throwing a no-hitter, which is 4th longest streak all-time behind 1906-64 Phillies 8,944 games, 1969-2001 San Diego Padres 8,205 games, and 1962-2012 New York Mets 8,019 games. Nationals beat the Marlins 15-7. Victor Mesa Jr.'s 3-run homer in the 8th makes him the 7th player in the wild card era at his first career homer on his birthday, joining August 31st, 2016 seven-car duo with the Rockies, July 1st, 2011 Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies, July 2nd, 2006 Angel Pagan for the Cubs, August 22nd, 2002 Randy Wolf for the Phillies, October 3rd, 2001 Eric Munson of the Tigers, and September 20th, 1995 Chris Snowbeck of the White Sox. And yes, I'm aware Randy Wolf is a pitcher, but apparently he is a part of that list. Hey, man. Giants beat the Diamondbacks 5-3. Willie Adames 3-run homer in the first is his 20th this season, making him the first San Francisco. Oh, no, I skipped that. Sorry. Twins beat the Angels 12-3. Royce Lewis 2-homer game is his first career game at Angel Stadium. Grew up in Orange County in front of family and friends. Dodgers beat the Rockies 3-1. Dodgers combined no hitter through 8 innings into the 9th, broken on a leadoff double, makes Dodgers first team record to lose 2 no-hit bids in a 3-game span. Also, general with Jonah Tong on Friday, for Jonah Tong Saturday, Brandon Sproat Sunday, and Nolan McLean Monday starting. This will be the first time in Mets history they start 3 straight pitchers, each having made 4 career MLB appearances or less. That's it for September 8th. For September 9th, Tigers beat the Yankees 12-2. Aaron Judge stole him on the first is his 359th career homer, which passes Yogi Berra for 5th most in Yankees history. Giants beat the Diamondbacks 5-3. Willie Adames 3-run homer in the first. This is 28th this season, making him the first San Francisco Giants 28+ homers in the first 145 games since 2007 Barry Bonds. And the Red Sox beat the A's 6-0. Connolly Early's 11 strikeouts times Don Assey on July 26, 1977 for most by a pitcher in his MLB debut in Boston Red Sox history. That's it for the most part of this week's MLB weekly recap. I'm just going to go get water because I need water right now. And then I'll be back. Hey, what do you mean by no video today? I just saw your comment in chat here. What do you mean by no video today? I'll be right back. That is weird. Sorry about that. Let me see something. Like randomly had that recently. Let's do this. That let me try something. Hmm. Is it working now? Because when I just looked at it from my perspective, I still see it. Oh yeah. Basically, when I like share screen, they move me down, move my camera down. So it's like kind of how Zoom does it. Yeah, I can get how that would be trippy though, because like you think like if it's not shared, like with not shared screen and just be in the middle, but then it's like, well, no, yeah, that's just because of when I share screen, that's how it works. Thank you for letting me know of that though, because I've randomly had where like I'm doing an episode and all of a sudden on like viewer side, the like screen goes black. I've randomly had that. So thank you either way. I appreciate the letting me know. Anyway, standings update. In the AL East, Blue Jays in first place at 83 and 61, followed by the 80 and 64 Yankees, followed by the 81 and 65 Red Sox. Everyone else is 10 plus games back, and I'm honestly not. I'm starting to like knock out people that are 10 plus games back in division races, or you can just see it for yourself. For the AL Central, Tigers in first place at 83 and 62, followed by 74 and 70. Guardians who are 8.5 games back. Everyone else 10 plus games back. In the AL West, Astros in first place at 78 and 67, followed by 77 and 68. Mariners at 1 game back, followed by 76 and 70. Texas Rangers 2.5 games back. Everyone else 10 plus games back. In the NL East, the Phillies in first place at 85 and 60, followed by the 76 and 69 Mets, 9 games back. In the NL Central, the Brewers in first place at 89 57, followed by the 82 and 63 Cubs, 6.5 games back. And in the AL West, the Dodgers in first place at 81 64, followed by the 79 66 Padres, 2 games back, followed by the 74 and 71 Giants, 7 games back, followed by the 72 and 74 Diamondbacks, 9.5 games back. That is it for the division standings. And then wild card standings update. This is fully 8. Yep. All right. Top spots for the AL. Yankees have the top spot, 3.5 games up, followed by the Red Sox, who are 3.5 games up as well. Two. Oh, yeah. Followed by Seattle Mariners, who are no games up. Followed by Texas Rangers, are the first team out, 76-60, game and half back. Followed by Cleveland, who's 2.5 back. Followed by the Royals, 4 games back at 73 and 72. Followed by 72 and 72 Rays, who are 4.5 back. Followed by the Angels at 68 and 77, 9 games back. Followed by the Angels, 68 Orioles at 67 and 77, also 9.5 games back. And then the NL Cubs have the top spot, 6 games up, followed by the Padres, 3 games up, followed by the Mets, who are no games up. And then the Giants are the first ones out at 74 and 71, 2 games out, followed by the Reds, 3 games out, 73 and 72, followed by the Diamondbacks, 4.5 out, followed by the Cardinals at 72 and 74, also 4.5 out. And that's it for standings. And then as for today's schedule, there are games that have started today. And then all the other games are starting soon after. As for the games that have already started, no games have gone final yet. Brewers losing the Rangers 3-2 top 5. Red Sox and A's tied at 1 top 2. Diamondbacks leading Giants 1-0 bottom 1. Twins and Angels about to start. Todd Bradley against Jose Urania. As for the games that are going to start later on tonight, Pirates and Orioles of 6:35. Paul Skeens against Tyler Wells. Royals and Guardians at 6:40. Jonathan Bolin against Logan T. Allen. Nationals and Marlins at 6:40. Jake Irvin against Uri Perez. Mets at Phillies 6:45. Clay Holmes against Christopher Sanchez. Tigers and Yankees 7:05. Jack Flaherty against Carlos Rodon. Astros and Blue Jays at 7:07. Jason Alexander against Jose Barrios. Cubs and Braves at 7:15. Cubs have not announced their starter against Chris Sale. I will check though if there's anything in there. News about who might be starting tonight. Meanwhile, I'll just continue with this. Rays at White Sox at 7:40. Griffin Jacks against Sean Burke. Reds at Padres at 8:40. Andrew Abbott against Nick Pivetta. Cardinals at Mariners at 9:40. Michael McBreevy against Logan Gilbert. And then Rockies and Giants at 10:10. Kyle Freeland against Blake Snell. Anthony Rizzo is going to be retiring as a Cub. He's signing like a one-day contract to retire with the Chicago Cubs. Just announced today. Yeah, I have no update. So that's it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're new to YouTube, leave a like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, leave the notification button so when I go live and post a video. If you're new in audio, follow the podcast, your review, and notification button so when I post on there. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And I'll see you in next week's episode 188. Bye-bye.